Hey, what's up YouTube? Okay, starting a new little thing here tonight, and I'm gonna try and stick with this on Sundays, but I'll have to see how that goes. Um, I've seen a pretty dominant trend on YouTube where most folks talk about either the news of the day or the news of the last few days, but not many people actually talk about specific news coming up. And I know for someone like me who's pretty unorganized and uh, doesn't have a good grasp of the days of the week and the days of the month and all this stuff, I'm usually pretty lost. So I thought it would be cool to each Sunday talk about, specific important things in the news, across the whole spectrum, um, and, point out what's coming up in the following week. And if anything, it would just be like a refresher to say, oh yeah, that's gonna happen Wednesday. I gotta keep an eye out for that. So now, unfortunately, since I just sort of thought of this, I haven't really been keeping track of all the dates of different things in the news that I've been seeing, so I don't really have too much for this video right now. But I will obviously make a conscious effort to get some dates down, and the next videos should be more in depth. I can say offhand that the next video for next week should be pretty good because there's, as we all know, of course, next week is the October 13th alien date. So that's a big one, and then there's a couple other things going on. Excuse me, so that one should be fun next week. But basically all I got for you this week coming up are the two general points that we had another militant attack on the U.S. supply lines in Pakistan. I believe it's the third one in as many days. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's just the second one. I'll drop the links in the description box. So we probably can expect more of that in Pakistan and some sort of escalation or, whatever they're going to do on that front. I'm sure it'll be in the news. And then the other main thing is the terror alerts for Europe. Again, I think the terror alerts are actually for both the US and for Europe, but more specifically, like they have more specific stuff for Europe. I'm not even 100% sure on that either, but in any case, I'm sure we will hear more on that circus this week, and who knows if there'll be some sort of false flag or, who knows what. Hopefully not, but whatever, that's what's in the news. So that's basically it. That's all I really have for you for this one. And like I said, I'm going to try and make this a reoccurring thing. And the point of these vids are not going to be to go into long, in-depth discussion on each of the news points in the week coming up. I'm sure I'll give a little 2 cents on each thing, or kind of give a little background of what it is. And on some of the points that I find particularly interesting, I might chime in and talk a little bit about it. But in general, again, the idea of this video is just to throw stuff out there, specific dates, and say, hey, don't forget this is supposed to happen then, this is supposed to happen then. The Fed's going to come out and declare QE2 or not, on this date, etc., etc., etc. And, again, just so you guys can put stuff on your radar and have it on there as a refresher, so you can keep an eye out for stuff. Hopefully it'll be helpful to some of you guys and gals to keep an eye out for certain things in the coming days. That's it. Later, YouTube.